at the Donald Trump rally in the Venetian, and you said you're from Vegas?
Right. Oh, most definitely. As you can see, all decked out.
What do you think about all this FBI stuff with Hillary Clinton?
Oh, it's something interesting. I'm very glad that they reopened the investigation, especially with all the just overwhelming evidence and with all the activities that the Clintons have been participating in for the past several decades or so. I mean, the fact that it's been brought to light has obviously shown that the fear of the American people is something to trump the authority of the Clintons. As of right now, we know that the Clinton machine is not going to be running any longer, and that the second investigation is being opened up.
Well, you can't assume that they're going to come to a conclusion that quickly, but possibly so. So what's the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
Well, I want Donald Trump to be president because I am in absolute agreement with all of his policies. From what I've seen, aside from the past man that he might have been, I have absolute faith that he's become a changed man, knowing that he's put aside everything that he's been doing as a businessman, within New York, all across the United States and in the world. He sacrificed all that to run for president on the platform that he is going to put Americans first, that he's going to put our jobs, our trade. I mean, everything that he's been saying has been on point. Just as of right now, we as a nation have lost our spot as the top competitor in the world in all sorts of different markets and industries, and I have absolute faith that he is going to put himself at the forefront and put Americans first in our values and our core principles, and make certain that we as a nation soar and become, a great nation once more.
Now, you look pretty young. Is this the first presidential election you've ever voted in?
Indeed. I turned 18 last year. As soon as I did, I registered to vote, and I knew that I was going to be participating in this upcoming presidential election, although I had no idea it was going to shape out like this. In all honesty, when the presidential election came around and I heard that Donald J. Trump was going to run, I was kind of surprised at the first moment. Me and my family were to support Ted Cruz in the beginning because we didn't know exactly what kind of a platform and what kind of a man Donald J. Trump was going to make himself to be in order to put our country priorities first. But we were brought on to him, and so it's going to be one heck of an election, I can tell you that for certain.
All right. Where'd you come from today to be at the rally?
From Summerlin in Vegas.
Right here in Vegas.
Yeah.
And what do you think about all this business with the FBI and the Clinton emails?
I think it's great, honestly.
Great how?
Something needed to happen, honestly. Comey totally gave her the green light, and in my opinion, I think there's just a lot of corruption in government. Basically, with all the WikiLeaks coming out and everything that Clinton has done, hidden in these emails, American public, I'm kind of proud of the FBI for actually bringing it forward before the election. The American people do need to know that there's something up.
Do you think WikiLeaks, is that coming from Russian hacking or what?
Oh, hell no. Russian and Putin are just liberal buzzwords. When they can't explain something, liberals just like to use the word Russia or Putin to try to deflect things off of themselves.
And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
He brings back the American spirit, honestly. He's against globalism, which is my big thing. I kind of want America to go back to that sovereign nation where we are not fighting all the time for other people, but we're putting ourselves first. And I think that, people are crazy if they don't want America to be first. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And, he may be politically incorrect. I happen to find that refreshing. I don't like Obama's mentality and his, cross-leggedness and just all this, PC mentality. I don't like that. I like Trump's gruffness, and I like that he's just a patriot. And he's risking his life by doing this. He's giving up his business. Against ridicule, he wants to make America a better place.
You're a Trump voter, of course?
Yes, I am.
What would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
He is the only one that can save this country.
And I detect an accent. Where are you from?
Germany.
How long have you lived in the United States?
19 years.
And what do you think about this whole FBI investigation of Hillary Clinton?
Couldn't wait on it that comes out. Really couldn't wait on it.
Can you believe that we would have a presidential candidate under criminal investigation?
Isn't that tells you enough that we have a president was doing treason? So what surprised you on a presidential candidate? it's doing the same.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
I would say because he's going to make America great again. He's probably the only one who knows how to do it. And he's a good, honest man.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation?
I say, I don't know. I don't even think anything's going to happen. I don't think anything's going to come of it, to be honest.
Do you think the leaked emails, is it coming from Russian hacking?
Sorry?
Do you think the leaked emails are coming from Russian hacking?
I don't know about that. I'm not super, I don't know much about it, but I don't know, I guess, maybe.
All right. And you from Vegas, or where'd you come from today?
I'm actually from St. George, Utah.
Wow, all the
Yeah.
way from Utah.
Yeah.
That's a long drive.
Well, it's like an hour and a half.
All right, very good. Thanks
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah, no problem.
What would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
Oh, yeah.
Clean up government corruption for sure. It's got to be cleaned up.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into the emails?
Well, I think it's a little bit not enough. Like, they waited too long. Why didn't they do this months ago? They probably had the info for it.
You think those hacked emails are coming from Russia or somewhere else?
No, it's just a diversion from her to. It could be coming from anybody, really. I don't think it's from Russia.
And you're from Vegas, or you came from far away?
I'm actually from Canada.
Canada.
Canadian supporter. I can't vote, but I'm a big supporter of them.
Well, certainly the U.S. election will affect all countries in the world.
Yes, it will.
What would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
What's happening in our nation and in the world is globalism. We're losing our sovereignty. We're losing everything. And I think he's the only chance we've got to turn it around. I trust in God, but God may be using Trump as a modern-day Cyrus to turn things around. And that's my hope and prayer. You look at Brexit, the Brits got tired of what was happening. And you look at the TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, well, that's going to be as wonderful as NAFTA. How did that work for us? Most people don't even know what TPP is. They're drinking Kool-Aid, and they're watching the Kardashians and things of that nature.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into the email scandal?
About time. And if something doesn't happen really soon, I think that I would not be disappointed if the next person in line after Comey, if he were able to do so, step up and arrest Comey along with Loretta Lynch. Both of them are in the tank for Obama. And they both worked for Hillary and Bill years ago. So I mean, there's no connecting the dots is revolting, because there's an expression: I'll say it in a nice way, urinate on me and tell me it's rain. And right now it's so bad, they're urinating on us and saying, get used to it. This is the new normal.
And do you think that the email hacks are coming from Russia?
They're able to do it, but no. Why would Russia even bother give excuses? They're all coming from WikiLeaks and any industrious person that knows how to do what they want to do. But no, they don't have any need to do that. Besides, if they took Hillary seriously, should she manage to steal the election through buying off the electors in the Electoral College, she'd have to know a big billionaire that was an anarchist and a globalist, like, let's see, George Soros, who could probably pay people chump change, $1 million or $2 million each, to vote a certain way. But when the populists get together, and I include those who supported George Soros because they knew that where we were going was bad. When all of them get together and support Trump with a 90% landslide, it's going to be really difficult to deny what's going to be coming down the pike.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Ma'am, are you volunteering for the campaign?
No.
What's with the candy?
Oh, it was back there sitting on the table. I figured people's mouth was dry from talking about Hillary, crooked Hillary. So I figured their mouth was dry.
And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
What the hell I got to lose? Blacks for Trump.
You ladies are Trump supporters, of course.
Yes, we are.
And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become the president?
Because he guaranteed the sovereignty of our country, as opposed to Hillary Clinton, who wants open borders everywhere in the world. America first.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into Hillary's email?
Wonderful. Wonderful. So we're happy.
Do you think that hacking was coming from Russia?
No, for heaven's sakes. No, I don't.
And are you ladies from Las Vegas, or did you travel?
Yes, we live here.
Okay,
We're
great.
locals.
Sorry?
We are locals.
And of course, you remember Watergate and the cover-up of Richard Nixon. How would you say this Hillary Clinton email scandal compares?
Well, there's no comparison. The only difference is Nixon was a Republican.
You're from Las Vegas, or you travel?
I'm from Orange County, California.
So you traveled quite a way to be here.
Yeah, about 4 hours.
Wow. And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
Because he's the best person out there to do the job that all the Americans want.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into Hillary's emails?
I'm really excited about that. I hope she finally gets what's coming to her.
And do you think that that's hacking coming from Russia?
No, definitely not, no.
What about the accusations of Donald Trump and Putin being friends and all that?
No, they don't even know each other.
And what do you think about the accusations of sexual assault that people have made against Donald Trump?
I don't believe those women. They're just trying to get fame off that. And they were paid by the Clinton campaign to come forward. That's not true. That's false information.
Okay, great. Well, anything else you want to say about Donald Trump?
Donald Trump will win the election. I promise you that.
So you guys are really kind of socked in here. You got the chairs and everything. Did you travel a long distance to come here today?
No, we actually live here locally, so figured we're going to come and be comfortable before the big event.
But you want front row seats, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
Well, I watched him announce about 18 months ago, and ever since then I've supported almost all of his policies, and I've really stood behind it, and I've been able to convince a bunch of my friends who are seniors in high school to vote for him this year.
So you're 18?
Yeah.
And this is your first election you're voting in?
Definitely.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into Hillary's emails?
I think it's about time. I think that it was a mistake to close it in the first place, and that I think Jim Comey's finally going to right the wrong that he had on July 5th.
And do you think those emails, are they being hacked by Russia?
I think Russia could definitely be the contributor to them, but I don't think that really matters.
Okay, great. Anything else you want to say?
I just think that we need to support Trump, we need to elect him, and that we just definitely cannot have Hillary be our president.
So are you guys from Las Vegas, or did you travel to be here today?
We traveled from Redlands, California.
And how long did that take?
It's a 3-hour drive, Southern California.
And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. Definitely keep the borders closed, protect our country, jobs, the trade deals.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into Hillary's emails?
I think that's fantastic. I think that needed to be done.
Do you think those were hacked by Russia?
No.
And what do you think about all the accusations of Trump being friends with Putin and all that?
I think it's irrelevant. Very irrelevant.
But do you believe it? Do you think it's true?
It doesn't matter.
No, I don't believe it's true.
And what about accusations of sexual assault and some of the other things?
I don't believe that's true either. Why would that come out 20-some days, 12 days before the election? It makes no sense.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Well, I think it's a choice between a known liar and Hillary Clinton, a crooked political machine, versus Trump with his unblemished honesty.
So you've got the magazine there, Time Magazine with Donald Trump. And are you from Vegas, or did you travel to be here?
I live in Montebello, California.
So was that a long drive for you?
I came in the bus,
Okay.
like a Greyhound.
And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
The reason that he needs to become president because he's a man. A woman don't need to be president. What is she going to do? What that got to do? A man is more should be president because we need more. Actually, this kind of job is more for a man than a woman. Actually, what would she be doing? She should be doing is washing dishes and clean up house. That's what she'd be doing. Just like any other woman does.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation?
Pretty good. Wonderful.
And do you think those emails were hacked by Russia?
No. I think they're
You guys here together?
Yes.
Are you mother and daughter?
No. I live in Las Vegas.
Niece. Okay. And, anything else you want to say about Donald Trump? What do you think about these accusations of sexual assault?
I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
I think that's a bunch of lies.
That's lies.
Another lies from Hillary Clinton and all these saying that, he grabbed women. Yeah, okay. The reason why she got mad and she paid all those people, she got mad and because of the debate when he threw out her husband and said all this, brought out the truth. Well, if the truth hurts, then so be it. Just don't be paying all your workers.
Why do you want Donald Trump to be president?
I mean, he's gonna make a difference in this world. We need somebody like him. Look at everything. It's like terrible. We need somebody different in this office. And I mean, he's not no politician, so.
You looking forward to seeing him drain the swamp?
Yeah, I want to see him go victory.
All right, very good. Thank you very much, ladies. Are you guys from Vegas?
I am, yes.
You're from Vegas?
Yes.
And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
Because he's not the establishment. He's not a career politician, and he tells it like it is, and he's not politically correct.
And what do you think about some of the things that he said to Billy Bush and the accusations of sexual assault?
I don't believe any of it, and I don't think that it's crude at all. As of coming from a female, most females, 90% of females, actually speak way worse to each other than that man said in that video. And as a man that's been around beautiful women, and he's a billionaire, if he didn't speak that way to another straight man, I would be worried.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into the emails?
Lock her up.
Do you think that those emails are being hacked by Russia?
Russia has nothing to do with this. The truth is the truth. Who cares who leaked what? The truth is the truth. You can't hide. That's all that's happening. They're trying to hide the truth.
Very good. Anything else you want to say?
Trump train. Women for Trump.
All right, thank you very much. What do you think about the accusations against Donald Trump of sexual assault and misogyny?
Well, I think that what he said to Billy Bush was a lot of, like he said, locker room talk. I think it was big talk from a celebrity to somebody who's a hopeful star of the future. And I think what he was saying there was, when you're a star, women are going to fall down at your feet. You're going to be able to do anything you want to do. You know, I think he was just doing big talk. I don't think he was saying, I've done this. I think he was saying, because it was two guys, you can even, grab wherever you want. And so that's what I think about that, about the accusations of being a misogynist. I think we're all misogynists. I think it's hypocritical for women, for men, for Hillary Clinton to say that he's a misogynist, and yet I know probably everybody here has called some woman a skank or a hoe or a tramp or white trash, or has tried to dress provocatively in order to attract a man in a bar or something like that. So My mouth is so dry.
So you think there's a little bit of
But
hypocrisy going on
I
there?
think there's a lot of hypocrisy. I think that the whole idea that men are misogynists and women are not is ridiculous.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into the emails?
I am elated. I am so elated. She is a crook. She's, I love the Project Veritas videos. I love that we are able to use WikiLeaks. My opinion of WikiLeaks is that Julian Assange and WikiLeaks are, that's hacking. I don't think hacking is cool. I was hacked. I didn't like being hacked. But I also think that God uses people to promote his plans or to carry out his plans. And I think that, God has a hand in this whole campaign, and that the WikiLeaks are the tool that are exposing the whole campaign and the foundation and all of that stuff.
Do you think that Russia is involved with hacking and providing that information to WikiLeaks?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But somebody said to me today, the thing that concerns me about Trump is his relationship with Putin. And I said he doesn't have a relationship with Putin. He has said, I think we would get along because he's a negotiator. And so that's not a bad thing. And I just read, I listened to audio where Hillary Clinton told a Jewish writer, David Chomsky, was that his name?
Noam Chomsky?
No. David Chomsky, I think, I'm losing my train of thought here, something about Putin and, that she didn't think it was a bad thing to be able to get along with your enemies and to learn more about them by getting along with them. That if you say I disagree with you, and you're rotten, and we're gonna destroy you or whatever, we're not going to be able to find out things about them, and so it's better to be able to work with them. And so she actually said that, and that's kind of what Trump is saying, So.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for letting me vent.
Are you guys from Las Vegas?
No, I'm from California. A whole bunch of us are.
How long did it take you to get here today?
6 hours. 5 hours.
Wow. Okay, and you're first in line, so you really must have left early.
Yeah, I've been here since 7:30.
We've been here since 1:30 this morning.
Wow. And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
National security.
National security.
Trade.
Build the wall. Illegal immigration. Our military. Getting rid of Common Core. Getting rid of Obamacare.
He said one.
Well, there's a lot of reasons.
Term limits. Draining the swamp. Withdrawing from the United Nations.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into Hillary's emails?
Fantastic. It's about time.
Yeah, well, I'm not really all that pumped up about it because I don't trust them anymore. And until I have...
I do. I think Keith Comey's got something now, and it's pretty big, or he would have never put his butt on the line.
No, I think, I don't know.
No. He's got something.
I don't know.
And what do you think about, do you think that Russia was hacking to get those emails?
No. WikiLeaks is WikiLeaks. I'll tell you one thing, though. Hillary's dangerous for America. Aside from the fact that she supports full-term abortion, she also is a warmonger. She wants war with Syria. She doesn't want peace with Syria, and she wouldn't mind having war with Russia either because it's big money for the New World Order, okay? All the contractors, what do? They make huge money. Trump doesn't want war. He wants peace. He loves Americans. He loves gays. He loves blacks. He loves Latinos. He loves Orientals. He loves Muslims. He loves whites. He loves immigrants. He is a great man, and he's going to be our president.
Now, as a woman, how do you feel about the accusations of sexual assault and the things that he said on the bus?
It's a bunch of baloney. Those women were paid. And as far as what he said off camera 10 years ago, that's just locker room talk. Women talk worse than that about men's anatomy, let me tell you.
Okay, he's been a
We're
celebrity.
more slutty about that stuff than any man could ever be.
He's been a celebrity for over 30 years.
That, you know, come on.
3 weeks to the election, they
That was the GOP that did that, the Never Trumpers, because they're going to lose all of their entitlements, all of their, what do you call that?
No, you're on a roll, you go.
You know, all their big money that they get, lobbyists. You know, and I mean, they walk in there, which is what, 64,000, and they walk out of there multi-millionaires, multi, and what do they do for us, the people? Nothing.
So you're looking forward to draining the swamp?
You better believe it. And Trump's gonna do it, and Trump's gonna put in the most brilliant, smartest people. Drain the swamp! Drain the swamp! Drain the swamp! Drain the swamp!
All right, guys, thank you very much. So are you here, are you from Vegas?
From California.
And how long did it take you to get here?
About 4 hours.
You're very close to the front of the line.
Yes, we are. We got up very early this morning.
So what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
I love his stance on the big issues, immigration, taxes. I'm a pro-life advocate, so those things are very important to me.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into Hillary's emails?
I love it. Couldn't happen to a better person.
Do you think that Russia was hacking to get those emails?
You know, I really don't think so, and honestly, I don't think it matters. I think content is much more important.
Now, as a woman, how do you feel about some of the things that Donald Trump has said and all these accusations of sexual assault?
You know, I think it's a huge distraction, and quite honestly, as a woman, first of all, I don't really believe it, and I'm much more interested in what he's going to do for this country and where he stands on the issues that are important to me, and that's what matters.
What would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
I think that America's been asleep at the wheel, and we've allowed so many things to happen that have just put us out of control. And Donald Trump is the only person who can fix this problem.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the email investigation?
It makes me very happy. I honestly believe this is our last shot to get our country back.
Do you think Russia was hacking to get those emails?
I have no idea, but to me it doesn't matter. The information's out there, and we've got to have honesty.
Now, how do you feel about some of the things that Donald Trump has said and the accusations of sexual assault?
I've heard worse things at a hospital by doctors talking. So as far as I'm concerned, the past is the past. I'm worried about the future for my grandson.
And what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
Because everything that he wants to do is what us American people want. We want to take America back, and we don't want the gangsters in Washington, D.C., which has clearly taken over America completely. And we don't want to be a socialist country. We want to be free like we used to be.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the email investigation?
It's great, but we don't know if anything's going to come of it. We've been fooled so many times.
You think Russia was hacking to get those emails?
We don't know that. It could be China. It could be somebody at home in their basement. It could, we don't know.
But it doesn't matter.
And that doesn't matter.
It actually doesn't matter who's hacking the emails. The point is, the Dems said it. Those are words that come out of their mouth. Those are things that they typed in their computer. So what difference does it make anyway at this point? Hillary's clearly a criminal. It doesn't take the FBI to not elect her. It takes them to put her in jail.
And what do you think about some of the things that Mr. Trump has said and the allegations of sexual assault?
I think it's Hollywood. I think he was speaking about the girls in Hollywood, and that's been the game for so long. And I think that women in Hollywood understand that that's what they've been a part of for this long.
Highly respecting.
The problem with it is you have Dems having so much hypocrisy with it. While they support people like Beyonce, Jay-Z, and all of these rap stars that talk about deplorable words, they're going to worry about what Trump said while he was doing the same thing for Hollywood. Give me a break. He's a man of his word. He keeps his word. He's not a fake. He doesn't have two different policies. Trump is Trump.
And that's what we like. We don't want a president. An acting presidential, all that means to me is lying, cheating, and stealing from the people. We want Trump to act like Trump. If he acted like anybody else, he wouldn't be where he is today.
Right. How you doing?
I'm doing well. You're looking forward to draining the swamp, huh?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. My name's John the Patriot, and I hope everybody sees my website. I'm so for Trump. If you go on the internet and go to johnthepatriot.com, you will see me in action with this toilet paper. And I tell people everywhere I go on the rallies, I've been to the rallies not only in Las Vegas, Reno, Arizona, even Utah. So this toilet paper's seen a lot of miles. We know there's a lot of crap in Washington. We know that. And that's why we got to wipe it out. There's too much. And you know what amazes me about mainstream media? Is that if you look and you read and you understand, you're not going to see this in mainstream media about all the people that in their circle that died mysteriously. How did that happen? Why doesn't anybody even talk about Seth Rich, who was close to Hillary Clinton, and he was going to a source to say, hey, there's something negative going on here with the campaign. The money being funneling from the Clinton Foundation to her campaign, that's illegal. The woman is illegal. She should be in prison. She should not be allowed to campaign. And Obama is the same thing. Barack Insane Obama. I say that on my website, insane, and somebody said, no, it's Hussein. I go, Hussein, insane. What, at this point, does it matter? Is that what you said? She said, what does it matter? At this point, what does it matter? Yeah, but you got to see it, johnthepatriot.com. And here's another beautiful thing. At the end of my video, I say, please relax and listen to the new Trump campaign song, Make America Great Again. And that's the only thing that really upsets me about the Republican Party, is they don't listen. They don't listen to people who have ideas. I have the #1 campaign song in the history of any election. It's Make America Great Again. It's professionally produced. I did it. My friend Paul Shire wrote it and sang it. Sovereign Blue. If you go to the website Sovereign Blue Great Again, and you can watch it right now. Sovereign Blue Great Again. We made a 1-minute commercial for Trump and a 3-minute commercial for Trump. It's the greatest song you'll ever hear and sing. And I'll tell you what, I put it on the big screen, and women have tears in their eyes when they see it. It's that great. And Trump keeps saying, this is a movement, this is a movement. Well, every movement has an anthem. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Huh? I mean, remember? We shall overcome. Remember that one? Huh? That was an anthem.
Thank you, John. I think everyone's going to go check out the website.
Thank
Thanks
you,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you for your time.
Take care. What would you say is the #1 reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
Because I think he is really for America. I think his priority is America and its people.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the investigation into the emails?
I think they should have done it the first time, but I'm glad they're doing it now.
You think that Russia was involved in hacking the emails?
No.
And you think Trump has any kind of inappropriate ties to Putin or Russia?
No, I do not.
How do you feel about what he said on the bus with Billy Bush and these accusations of sexual assault?
I'm sorry.
How do you feel about what he said on the bus to Billy Bush and the accusations of sexual assault?
I think it was a long time ago. I think men say inappropriate things to other men. I don't think it should have been made public.
What about these 9 women who are accusing him of sexual assault?
I think they're lying. Funny how they all come out at one time, isn't it? Like cockroaches out of the woodwork.
Anything else you want to say?
Trump for America.
What would you say is the #1 reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
I read the NAFTA agreement, 1,100 pages. I understood it.
I know what he's talking about. I want him to change all the agreements. Love the guy. Thanks.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the email investigation?
Are you asking me, do I think Hillary's crooked?
Well, just whatever you think.
Yes, I think she's crooked.
Okay. Do you think that Russia was involved in hacking the emails?
Don't know.
Okay. And what do you think about some of the things Donald Trump said on the bus to Billy Bush and these accusations of sexual assault?
Say that again, please.
What do you think about what Trump said to Billy Bush on the bus and the accusations of sexual assault?
So his locker room talk is not the most important thing that's on the menu here. Let's talk about the real stuff. Right, talk about the real pervert.
So words, not deeds, yeah?
Yeah, words. Like
But what do you think?
men
What do you think
talk.
about the 9 women who have now accused him of sexual assault?
They're on Hillary's payroll. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
You're a little late in the game to be talking about that.
All right, ladies.
That's
thank
kind
you
of a
very
last
much.
moment surprise. You're
Enjoy the rally.
You're welcome. Vote for Trump.
What would you say is the #1 reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
Because he's talking about getting to the core of the matters. He's solving the core, the root cause of problems, not the symptoms. There's a lot of reasons, but that's one.
And so you're looking forward to draining the swamp, basically?
Yeah, get rid of the corruption. I mean, this could be our last chance to do it in our lifetime.
And what do you think about the email investigation by the FBI?
The email investigation?
What do you think about the FBI reopening the email investigation?
I think that's a good thing. I think, there's something to that.
You think Russia was hacking? You think Russia was hacking the emails?
I think there was probably a few entities, Russia being one, probably 3.
You think Trump has any ties to Russia? No ties. And what about sexual assault and the comments on the bus? What do you think of that?
People want fame, their little fame, He's a human and we are all human. If people want to accuse him of certain things, they need to go look in the mirror.
You're the first pregnant woman I've seen here. So what do you think about the things that Donald Trump said to Billy Bush and these accusations of sexual assault? Do you have a position there?
Yeah. Unfortunately, every single guy that I know, it is locker room talk, and it's unfortunately what, I hear a lot. I don't think there was any harm done in it, as long as it's not, true. I think it's really kind of unfortunate that Billy Bush ended up, kind of bringing it to the forefront when it was just, private conversation that they had. Thankfully, my private conversations aren't out there for everyone to hear, because who knows, how other people would perceive me. So, I think that was kind of a low blow there, for sure.
What would you say is the #1 reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
Other than the fact that me and my entire family wants nothing to do with the Clintons, he was able to bring a lot of issues to the forefront that we haven't heard real talk about. Immigration, one of them. Just being open and honest with the public, I think, is incredibly important. I feel like with the Clintons and just with the Democrats in general, I feel like a lot of it is just politics and just kind of playing the game, and it's all about money and not necessarily about really letting the people know what's going on and what's out there. And so, it's nice even for young people to realize that their opinions do actually matter, that, these issues that were kind of hush-hush before, you have to go online to see what their policies are. He's actually bringing it out, in public to the forefront.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the email investigation?
I would love for them to come out and say that, Hillary Clinton did this, that, and ended up going to jail for it. Unfortunately, I think that it's just going to end up being another ploy for Comey to come out and say, oh, okay, everything's good with the Clintons, now you can feel comfortable and vote for her.
And do you think that the emails were hacked by Russia?
I think that's their scapegoat. I mean, I think we need to focus on what the emails say not who brought them to us. And so I think the information people need to start focusing on, because that's what's going to end up getting us in trouble later. If all of this is true, who cares who brought it? How are we supposed to be able to trust this person that's representing us as a country? I want no part of that.
Yes, sir. So what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
All of the above. There's not any number one reason. It's critical to secure our borders, our Supreme Court justices coming down, jobs, the economy.
And what do you think about the FBI reopening the email investigation?
Well, they must have a really good reason to do it. At the time, it was 11 days before the election. They're not doing it. There's a real good specific reason they're doing it. So we'll just have to see. I don't see how you can put her in office. I think it should disqualify her. There's just a lot, say what you want about Richard Nixon, for instance. He had his problems. He resigned. She's seeking the office, and she has more dirt on her than Bill Clinton, Richard Nixon, Elliot Spitzer, Blagojevich, Weiner, all combined, from Benghazi to the email to the Clinton Foundation, going all the way back to Whitewater. Bill Clinton's shenanigans. We're going to let Bill back into the White House? Come on, are you serious? Can we move on? Can America move on from the Clintons? I think it's time. I think it's time to move on. I think, and Donald Trump, if he gets in there, he's not a politician per se. I think that it's exactly what this country needs in the office.
So, ma'am, what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
I have admired what he's done with his life, and I'm hoping that he can save our country. We are in a world of hurt and have been for the last 8 years. And before that was Clinton. And I just want to make a better world for my great-grandchildren. Thank you.
What do you think about the FBI investigating Hillary Clinton? How does that compare to Watergate?
I think it's outrageous and it's shameful. And I imagine most of these foreign countries are laughing at us because of the corruption that she has caused. The biggest thing that worries me is the foreign countries that have been making donations to her campaign, and you can damn well guess that when she gets elected that they're going to expect favors back for all of the money that they have contributed, and that really worries me.
What do you think about the things that Donald Trump said to Billy Bush and these women that have accused him of sexual assault?
I don't believe it. I just think it's another one of their tactics for trying to smear him. I just don't believe it.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Enjoy the rally. So what would you say is the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
Well, one of the greatest presidents we ever had no government experience, Mr. Ronald Reagan, and he was touted to be not going to be a very good president, but like I said, he was one of the greatest presidents we ever had, and I believe Donald will follow right in his footsteps.
What do you think about the FBI reopening this email investigation?
I think it's something that should have been done when they started. They, in my opinion, did do a very thorough job. It's awful close to the election now to be bringing this up, but I'm glad to see it come out. I saw a clip where Hillary said that she wanted them to go ahead and tell what they had found, and I wish they would do that to help the American people make up their mind. I don't believe there's a more corrupt individual ever run for the office of president.
And are you from Las Vegas, or did you travel to be here today?
I'm from Las Vegas. I've lived here since 1968.
Wow. 1968 was a tumultuous year.
Yes.
All right, well, anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's about it. Vote for Trump.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'd have to have a machine that made the cellophane thing. Right. I don't know. I want something like this. And then I saw these other things that were like $1,000 or like this gizmo thing. I set it on the table and I bought this.
USA! 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 USA!
Basically, we're looking for poll watchers, trying to just make sure that the election is free, open, and fair. At the polls, there will be Democrat poll watchers, there will be candidate poll watchers. We're just there to watch and make sure that everything goes smoothly. We don't talk, we don't confront anyone. It's just making sure that things go as they should, and that everybody that has a right to vote gets that opportunity to vote.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Have your tickets ready.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
I love to wake up in the morning and have plain Yes, let's not talk about. Oh yeah.
We're here at the Trump rally at the Venetian in Las Vegas. Tell everybody your channel.
Dark Sky Watcher 74 on YouTube, or just type in DSW74 News.
And so what's the number one reason you want Donald Trump to be president?
I want America to be great again. That's my number one reason. I want America to be what I was raised on America being, which was great. We're not great anymore. Donald Trump nailed it right on the head. We are not great anymore. People don't look at us the same. We're declining to a third world country in my eyes.
What do you think about the FBI reopening the email investigation?
I'm loving it that Director Comey actually grew a pair, and he's going to come out and reopen the investigation. Obviously, they found something very pertinent on Huma Abedin's device while investigating Anthony Weiner, or else they wouldn't have came out and reopened it.
Now, I don't like the term alt-right. I consider guys like you and I Fifth Estate journalists. What do you think as a member of the Fifth Estate? Was Russia involved in hacking these emails at all?
I don't believe so. I think that the hacks, they're not originating from Russia. If anywhere, I would go ahead and say China.
Well, but it's speculation, right? We don't really know.
That's total speculation.
Could be leaks, WikiLeaks, not hacks necessarily.
Yes. But they blame WikiLeaks getting their hacks from Russia. So
well, it's possible. It's possible.
It is.
But it seems strange that there would be so much effort to silence and disable Julian Assange if what he was saying weren't true.
Oh, most definitely. And if you notice, the Clinton campaign never comes out and says that's just totally false. You know, they just say, well, they were stolen. They were stolen. They don't ever deny the leaks. Right. What's in the leaks. They don't deny the content. Right. They just say, oh, what they were stolen, they were hacked.
Devastating content coming out. We'll sure see next week what it's all about.
Oh, yes.
All right, Paul, thank you very much. Everybody go check out DSW74.
Thank you so much.
Did you come from far away or do you live in Vegas?
I live in Vegas, 702, Vegas for Trump. And you know what? Look up in the sky. We have Trump Tower. Trump has created many, many jobs for Vegas, so vote Trump.
Have you ever worked for a Trump company?
No.
Okay. And what's the number one reason you want Donald Trump to become president?
Build the wall. Build the wall. And drain the swamp. Because we need to drain the swamp in Washington of all the corruption.
are going to Washington, D.C., and we are going to drain the swamp.